How's it going, movie fans? My name is Jonathan and I'm a man of movies, and today we're going to be getting into the newest DCEU film, and this one's being helmed by the creator of Guardians of the Galaxy. But is it as good as Guardians of the Galaxy? Let's get into
I do not mind the rain sometimes.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comp.
The Suicide Squad is written and directed by James Gunn and stars Joel Kinnaman, Margot Robbie, Cena, Idris Elba, and so many more. This time around, the government sends the group of the most dangerous supervillains in the world to the remote enemy-infused island of Corto Maltese on a search and destroy mission. Real quick before I get into the actual review, many people are saying that this is one of the best superhero movies out there, and I've got to agree with them. The R rating of the film was the very best thing that Warner Brothers could have done for James Gunn, because it not only shows the graphic nature of this Black Ops mission, showing that it's not as clean cut as some of the missions that even the Justice League might be in, but it aids perfectly in giving us the sick comedic vision of the writing. The first Suicide Squad was style over substance in every way, but this time around, it is such a great balance. I think that the comedy that the film brings about could almost be considered offensive if not for the way that James Gunn writes these characters to be. Some standouts here include Idris Elba's Bloodsport, who subverts expectations on how many films portray an incarcerated black father figure, and instead uses those sequences to build up the character's arc to a fulfilling crescendo. Cena's Peacemaker was arguably my favorite character in the entire film, and not because he was silly or anything, but because Gunn decides to dissect his character and his views on peace. He's not like Captain America, who has a set value that he holds up to get these truths that he's for, but Peacemaker's values are not high there morally. And so instead of using this attribute for laughs, we also use this for deep analysis. And for you Harley Quinn fans out there, I would suggest you temper your expectations, because this is not her movie this time around. Does she have significance? Yeah, she does. But she is much more of a side character this time around, and she plays it pretty well. My only gripe here is that whenever it comes to the action and fighting that she's involved in, why is she just another version of Marvel's Black Widow? I've always seen Harley in these other films she's in to be a crazy clown character. But instead of using that to their advantage, they make her an MMA fighter. Just another thing that I honestly can't get past. There are other characters here that maybe you relate to more than the ones that I even mentioned. King Shark, Ratcatcher 2, Polka Dot Man, I think that's his name. But they all have emotional arcs and their personalities are crazy. You can feel that Gunn's experiences with the Guardians of the Galaxy films have been made to good use. And I would even say better use. The action is fun, the characters are multi-layered, and the team's dynamic feels earned and not forced. But there are two gaping flaws in my opinion that made me a bit disappointed. And these are flaws that in other films might just be blips in the radar, but I tend to notice them because of how phenomenal I thought the film was. The first thing I want to talk about is that instead of finding a clever way around exposition dumps, Gunn takes the safe way out and gives us exposition dumps. And this conflicts heavily with the tone of the film. I felt the film starts out and here was my entertainment, and then a dump of exposition would come and bring it down, only to then bring it up again, and then another dump, and then bring it up again. And I was like on this roller coaster ride with the way that the story was trying to be developed, and it's not all the time. Like I said, there is a great balance here of style and substance. And what was that story trying to develop most of the time? Oh, you know, some giant kaiju alien starfish with the ability to mind control humans.
But Jonathan, didn't you say that this film was crazy, stupid fun?
I did, and it was fun, don't get me wrong. But I thought that the threat at hand was way too grand of a scale that, no lie, I thought for a quick second we were gonna get surprise cameos from some Justice League members because of how dangerous this threat was for our characters. But alas, this ridiculously great film just dives into ridiculous territory, and it was very out of touch with the type of story and messages that we were getting throughout it. To wrap it all up, aside from some tonal shifts, James Gunn's first outing in the DCEU was a standing ovation in my eyes, with the amount of emotional payoff given to us alongside stylistically accurate comic book set pieces with a terrific cast of dynamic characters that seem to bond in a proper way. Also making this one of the best looking films of the year, and I think is a front runner for best visual effects at next year's Oscar ceremony. The Suicide Squad is a banger. Those are just my thoughts. What did you think of The Suicide Squad? Many people are saying it's the best comic book film in years. I gotta agree with that, but do you agree with me? And my question for you, do you think this is better than Guardians of the Galaxy? Let me know in the comments below. But like always, like this video, share this video with family and friends, and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, movie fans.